without warning. Fan Yunxiao staggers in, dramatic and breathless, looking like he just lost a ship, a fortune, and his dignity together. He slams the table and shouts, "Qin Mu, my flying ship exploded midair, mechanism shattered, compensation almost bankrupted me." The shop turns to watch, because in Yankang, tragedy is common, but public embarrassment is still everyone's favorite entertainment. Fan Yunxiao leans in, voice lowering like he's selling contraband fate, eyes shining with hungry desperation. "I need an iron-hulled flying ship," he begs. "Strong enough for storms, strong enough for enemies, strong enough to survive me." Qin Mu doesn't laugh or lecture. He simply swallows a mouthful of noodles, calm as a blade resting in its sheath. "How long do you have?" Qin Mu asks, casual tone, but his eyes measure more than time and money. 10 days. Fan Yunxiao blurts, "I already bought designs and materials. Just, I don't have the hands or skill to build it." Qin Mu wipes his mouth slowly, as if sealing a contract using a napkin instead of ink. 10 days, Qin Mu repeats, then nods once clean and final, like a sword-cutting rope. Fan Yunxiao exhales in relief. But in this world, relief never lasts longer than a sneeze. Qin Mu leans forward and says gently, "One rule, don't peek into my workshop, no matter what you hear." Fan Yunxiao blinks, offended. "Peek? I'm a businessman, not a thief. I respect people's secrets." Qin Mu smiles faintly. "Good. Because if you peek, you may learn something you can't unlearn, and regret will taste bitter." Fan Yunxiao laughs awkwardly, swearing with both hands, promising like a child promising not to touch a burning stove. The next morning, Qin Mu walks to the shipyard, with Hu Linger, Long Quilin, and Du Tian Moang following behind. The shipyard smells of iron and oil, because in Yankang, even nails dream of becoming weapons. Fan Yunxiao shows the blueprint proudly, talking fast, trying to sound competent while his fear leaks through every word. Qin Mu studies the plan, then revises it immediately, like correcting a student's homework with ruthless kindness. He strengthens joints, shifts balance lines, adjusts power channels, and adds improvements that make Fan Yunxiao's eyes widen in shock. 10 days, Qin Mu reminds quietly. "So we work like we're racing death, not chasing profit." Then Qin Mu does something subtle, but terrifyingly effective. He sends a signal no ordinary merchant should ever notice. Workers arrive with unnatural speed and perfect organization, carrying tools like soldiers carrying weapons. They are Tiangong Dian craftsmen and Sheng Dian artisans, members of Tian Sheng Jiao, disguised as common laborers. 200 people move like one body, forging plates, carving structures, and turning chaos into disciplined rhythm. Hammers strike like war drums, furnaces roar like beasts, and sparks fly like small stars dying in the air. Fan Yunxiao watches from afar, sweating, pretending he isn't curious while curiosity chews his brain like a starving rat. On the third day, he tries to distract himself with calculations, but the forging sounds feel like whispers calling him closer. On the fifth day, he walks near the gate, sniffing like a hungry dog smelling roasted meat behind locked doors. On the seventh day, his will collapses completely, because humans fear ignorance more than danger. He peeks just a little, like touching ice to see if it's truly cold. A cold hand grabs his collar instantly, lifting him like a chicken caught stealing grain. Du Tian Moang's eyes are calm, aura heavy, voice like a mountain choosing whether to fall. Fan Yunxiao forces a smile. "Brother, misunderstanding. I was just checking for safety hazards, protecting our investment." Du Tian Moang drags him inward, and every step feels like walking deeper into a grave he paid for himself. Inside, Fan Yunxiao sees the truth, rows of workers moving with cult discipline, eyes too sharp for ordinary craftsmen. His legs soften because organized danger is worse than wild danger, and this danger looks extremely organized. Qin Mu steps forward, wiping soot from his fingers, looking annoyingly gentle for someone holding another man's fate. Fan Yunxiao laughs painfully. "Qin Mu, your workers are very enthusiastic. Your shipyard culture is unforgettable." Qin Mu nods politely. "They are family." Fan Yunxiao swallows. "Family? What family?" Qin Mu smiles. "The kind you don't discuss loudly in public streets. Then Qin Mu says the sentence, Fan Yunxiao will remember longer than his own birthday. 2 choices, Qin Mu says softly, voice as calm as falling snow. First, you join us. Keep your mouth shut and enjoy benefits. Second, you don't join and we make sure your mouth stays shut anyway. Fan Yunxiao's face turns white, then pale green, then white again, as fear repaints him in real time. He drops to his knees with the speed of a man who loves breathing. I join, he blurts. I swear, I'm loyal, so loyal I can be loyal twice. Qin Mu laughs, not cruelly, almost warmly, like accepting a new relative at a dangerous family reunion. Good, Qin Mu says. Welcome. Now stand up. We still have 10 days, and you still owe me money. Fan Yunxiao stands, smiling painfully, realizing survival always comes with a receipt. Work intensifies because Tian Sheng Jiao craftsmen don't merely forge metal, they bully time itself into obedience. Iron plates fuse cleanly, ribs lock tight, and the hull gains strength that feels almost unreasonable for a merchant ship. They install multiple Danlu furnaces for power, then embed bronze beast mechanisms to stabilize flight like chained dragons. Finally, they paint wood grain camouflage across iron armor, hiding fangs beneath polite clothing. When the ships are finished, they don't look like art. They look like threats shaped into hardware. 5 iron-hulled ships stand ready, silent and heavy, like 5 sleeping beasts waiting for the sky to blink first. Fan Yunxiao almost cries from pride, until he remembers he traded freedom for oxygen in that workshop. He decides the safest way to live is to stay useful, and the fastest way to stay useful is to move. So he boards a ship and flies south, hunting roads, profit, and maybe a little luck hiding beyond the capital. At first, the wind feels normal, the horizon wide, the thrill familiar, like escaping responsibility with wings. Then he notices something wrong. Midday looks dim, like someone smeared ink across the sun. He flies farther south expecting warmth, but the air grows colder, and snow falls where green fields should breathe. Villages look stunned, roads vanish under white burial cloth, and travelers move like ants trapped under sudden frost. Fan Yunxiao's throat tightens because the shadow above doesn't feel local. It feels endless. By accident, he crosses the border and sunlight returns instantly bright and clean like freedom granted in one breath. He turns back slowly and his blood runs cold because he finally sees the disaster's true shape. One massive black cloud covers all of Yankang, like a lid pressed down by a giant hand. Inside the cloud, snow falls. Outside the cloud, the world still has sun, like 2 realities split by a cruel line. Fan Yunxiao doesn't admire the view. He panics, because this isn't weather anymore. This is a message, and messages from above are rarely kind.